Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So what I have here today is the 2025 Subaru WRX CVT Sedan. And it's about time that I've covered this car again because if you're a long-time follower of the channel, I literally just did a test drive of this back at the 2023 Autofocus Test Drive Festival, and that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to give this a little bit more screen time and to see if this is still worth it in 2025. Now with this Subaru WRX, yeah, with the looks, for me personally, it's grown on me just a bit. And yeah, it's up to you if you love or hate the looks of this compared with the previous ones. So this being the middle trim, since there's a TS model, mind you, you have still LED lights, cladding all around this vehicle, which is the biggest talking point of this vehicle, especially here at the side profile. Kind of gives it more of a battle sedan or a crossover look. You still have a ground clearance at a decent 135 millimeters. And this being the WRX, you have a functioning hood scoop. Powering this 2025 Subaru WRX sedan is still the ever-familiar 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer 4 engine that produces 275 horsepower and 315 Nm of torque. And as the name suggests, this one is mated to Subaru's ever-popular CVT transmission as one of the best CVTs that you can buy on the market today. That's why I wanted to dive this again to see if it's really the best out there. Hence, we are driving one of the best cars. And with these figures alone of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, which is done in 6.1 seconds, it's very close to that of the Italian car that I've driven a couple days ago. So I want to see if this is kind of worth it, and with almost half of the price of that vehicle. So this has a mountain to climb to earn my respect. These are running on 245, 40, and 18 series tires. I have praised this back in the past a lot because this has a lot of grip on them, just depending on the tire itself. And here at the rear, yeah, it's a bit meh for me. So I won't go for any further than that. It's just this part, yeah, a lot of black plastic cladding. But it makes up for it. You have quadruple exhaust at least, and your usual LED lights here at the rear, and you get to a ducktail spoiler, which gives it a little bit more flair. Now open the boot up of this WRX sedan. It's actually pretty decent too. So you have a total space here of 414 liters, which equates to two of me here at the rear. Won't do that. I might suffocate myself. And kidding aside, underneath, you have a space saver donut type tire only. Yep, that's pretty much it here. So, check out the interior. So, again, this is the interior of the WRX sedan. So, start her up. So, I love this has the analog tachometer and speedometer, at least with your TFT display right in the middle, which displays a lot of information. And here the door card. And surprising for us, then this is actually pretty long, and you still get that carbon fiber trim-ish here around in the door handles, buttons here for your windows, side mirrors, and memory seat functions. You have two of them. At least a lot of blank buttons here on the left side, but at least you have for your boot release, electronic stability control, and for your headlight leveler. So that's actually the brightness of the both the instrument cluster and the infotainment system. Oh, that's really dim. Huh. Pretty handy. And steering wheel, yeah, this is really nice. Feels really sporty along too with the red stitching, and you get paddle shifters all around, which I like even though this is a CVT vehicle. And you have a lot of buttons like for your phone connectivity, volume controls, information display in the instrument cluster, and for your adaptive cruise control functions. Remember, this WRX sedan is still equipped with your Subaru EyeSight 4.0, which has a lot of safety features as demoed here with this 11.6-inch infotainment system. And two, you only have a reverse camera, but at least you have dynamic guidelines still. The resolution is okay, but like with any other vehicle that has a vertical infotainment system, it doesn't occupy the whole screen, which is only a nitpick of mine. But the rest, at least you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and more of your car settings too. There's even like a double display here right on top. And to control all of your climate controls, it's again here in the infotainment system. But at least your temperature controls are split here on either side, along too with your heater functions, tuning knob and volume knob, hazard button. Yeah, pretty standard since I'm so used now with this ecosystem of Subarus. And further down, you get 12-volt socket, aux cord, two Type A USB ports, and a cubby space. Gear shifter, pretty conventional, and you only have one button here for electronic parking brake. Two cup holders here in the middle. There's a divider too, which is cool, along to with an ambient light surround. Extra space once again, and the center console is pretty decent for a sedan. And then glove box, yeah, that's pretty wide. And highlight of this WRX are these sports suede seats. This is really, really nice to sit down. And the purpose of this suede seats are you don't fly around, and good enough bolstering too, since you're gonna have a lot of fun with this vehicle. And back to the steering, just so now, I like this carbon trim here that says WRX. You get your safety reminders, LED lights, and controls for the sunroof here for the front seats. Visor vanity mirror with halogen light. Oh, but the rest of the Subaru models do extend at least. And this is what I missed out on showing you guys, are the rear seats of this WRX sedan. Yes, this may be a sports sedan, but feature comforts here at least is still pretty good. Yeah, the headroom is okay for my height, so around 5'7" will still be safe here, like that of the Italian car that I just driven. But hey, I'm 5'4". I sit here pretty comfortably here at the rear, and it's of course much more practical than that of the car I keep comparing. Here in the door card, pretty much the same like the ones in front. You get the carbon trim, cubby spaces, and cup holders. And here in the middle, you get two air conditioning vents and two Type A USB ports. One nitpick, no map pocket behind the driver's side, but hey, at least there's one here on the right side. Your opinion is highly valued. We wanted to do our best for you. Please let us know how your test drive experience via the QR code. Give me a manual test. And if I sit here in the middle, you have a transmission tunnel, but it's not like gargantually as high as this anyways. But hey, sitting here is pretty comfortable, and it's not too tight. And I can fit my four other selves here at the rear pretty easily. And the seating material here is pretty much the same like the ones in front. There's a lot of suede apart here in the middle because you have a central armrest with two cup holders with very, very flimsy grips on them. But hey, at least there is. And what I like with this WRX, okay, correct side, unbuckle you first. You can fold down the rear seats to further increase the boot space. So if you want to put all of your roll cages, rally tires, and all that, this will definitely do the job. Right, about time again. Let's go for a drive. So first drive again after a long time with this WRX sedan. So let's start at a different pace. Let's start with intelligent mode, just eco mode, and just driving here around in C5. So we have a road there later on where we can floor this thing. And here just comfortably driving at 50, 60 kilometers per hour. Yes, you have wide tires. There's not much tire noise going in here to the cabin, but the NVH overall is pretty good. Once you get past the tire noise, of course, everything else is actually pretty decent. And this is why this WRX is kind of popular here too in the Philippines, because it just literally drives really, really well. This is what I like with this vehicle too. Even though you're not honing it around, but as a just a simple point A to B car, this will do the job. And here, let's try now intelligent mode, and then you floor it now. So there's a bit of a delay, but once you get going, you get going, and can hear a bit too of turbo whistle, which I really, really like. And the brakes, yeah, it's really sharp. I like it. And this is a feature I literally didn't know existed with this WRX sedan, since previously I've never driven this car on a long-ish term. So if you go to a stop, you have auto start stop function, and then floor it. Smooth the transition from the engine being off to, example, that stoplight suddenly going green. It will literally kick in immediately. Oh, like that. It's a bit jerky, of course, if you suddenly stop, it's off, and then want to floor it again. But hey, at least the system works. And right here at a more bumpier route, and over a speed hump, even though you have 135 millimeters of ground clearance, you can go over the highest of humps literally easily. And tire noise, yeah, it's more present since these are wider, almost sportier kind of tires. It's still very much doable and, of course, very, very much dailyable. And we'll just wait for an open road. These are your driving modes. So, of course, we have intelligent, and then sport, and then sport sharp. Or I said it before mistakenly, sport hashtag. So I just literally flicked it to sport sharp. The revs are much higher now than usual. And of course, you have the paddle shifters to play. And just wait a moment. Just let this traffic go by and let's see how this performs once again. And then here, try sport mode. Oh yeah, yep. Like before, she flies. And around like almost 70-80 kilometers per hour. Yeah, there's more tire noise than usual, but it's given this category of sports sedan. And like before, the handling of this is immaculate because you have the assist of the all-wheel drive system. One thing I noticed though, since of course the autofocus test drive video was really, really short, the steering may be light, yeah, but it's very direct. Even though there's some heft to it once you change to intelligent and to, well, all the way up to sport sharp mode, yeah, it's still pretty okay, but not too, what, as great as some with the other sports saloons out there. But hey, it's still pretty good enough for me. And then finally here is sport sharp. Yeah, a bit muted once you go high speed, but you get to high speed in no time. Wow! And the CVT, like before, it acts like an automatic transmission. Now I can say that this is one of the best CVT transmissions that you can buy out there. I mean, look, steady 50 kilometers per hour flow. It a bit delayed, but oh, I'm in manual. That's why. Oh shit! Right, remember the 0 to 100 km per hour time is done in 6.1 seconds. So even faster like that of the likes of an MX-5 and the Italian car. I keep basing it on the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint model, the base. But for what this is, it's pretty good. Sport sharp, automatic mode, fly. That's the forward collision warning just doing its thing, and handling of this is immaculate. Whoa! Right. Wala car. Wala car. Even though, yes, this is just a regular CVT. But if you just want something to put a smile on your face, this will literally just do the job. Even made me wonder, how will the manual transmission will fare out? So hopefully, at some time in the future, we can have our hands on one, because that's probably the WRX for all of us, I guess. And now, for the cost of all of this one stands at a decent 2,888,000 pesos for a sports sedan. Yes, there are better choices out there. However, as again, I kept comparing this with the Italians, but for half of the price, this is actually really, really close for what this is. Again, I'd like to thank everyone here at Subaru C5 Pasig, and once again to a good friend of mine, Sir Cliff. So if you want to check out more Subarus, so I put in the description down below the entire playlist. So there will be one more Subaru that I'll drive after this, and it's probably one of the best daily Subarus that you can buy too. And with that note, wait, one more time. And so hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future Subaru reviews. Bye bye.